film your video.
Alright guys, welcome back. So a little bit different video today. I thought I would do a helmet shootout between the HJC RPHA, the Arai Corsair X, and then my Shoei X14. I was lucky enough to get these two helmets for Christmas from my amazing girlfriend. And my Shoei, this is what I've been riding in all year. And I'm just going to kind of do this as a off the bike shootout / review thing. And I'm going to make a whole separate video, down the line when I get to ride in these at the racetrack and really test them out. So I kind of have a couple columns, a couple categories I was going to go over. Pricing, packaging, build quality, comfort, fit, all that stuff, weight. And then I'm going to kind of score them up at the end and see how they place. Also visibility. Forgot about that. So getting right off the bat, these helmets, they're all basically the same price. The Arai is $1,000. Now, I think you can get some of the other Arais cheaper than that. This is the Ducati Corsa one, so it's a little bit more expensive. But I think I've seen some other Arais like the Isleman. It's like $1,100 or something. So I think they range from about $900 to $1,100. Same thing with the Shoeis, about I think it's $850 or $800 to about $950. This one's $950, and then the RPHA one, this one, obviously the Red Bull Circuit of the Americas one, is $950. So all these three helmets are very, very comparable priced. And if I didn't say it, this is a Marc Marquez Shoei. So pricing, $1,000, $950, $950, basically all the same. I'm not going to give points on them because they're all amazing helmets, and I think they're all worth the money. So it doesn't really matter for point scoring for that. But yep, that's the price of all these helmets. Next thing is packaging. Now, I've got the box for the HJC here. I've got the box for the Ducati Corsa Arai one. I do not have my box for the Shoei anymore, but nonetheless, I could still score them. By far, the packaging for the HJC and the packaging for the Shoei here are absolutely fantastic. These helmets come with really nice helmet bags. I would probably say the HJC's got the best helmet bag, and the HJC comes with a really nice bag for the additional aero spoiler on the back of it. So that's really cool. The Shoei, also an amazing helmet bag. This one's it's a little thicker, a little bulkier, and probably protects the helmet a little bit better. But the HJC has a really nice silky smooth, and nice stretchy, just a great material helmet bag. The Arai falls short for sure. Now, the helmet bag's nice and all, but it's nothing that blows my mind away like these two helmets. And the box that it comes in, it's just okay. I don't know if that's just because it's the Ducati one, and I'm pretty sure that some of the packing material was taken out before I received this helmet, just because it was, at a dealer already, so they just probably threw everything away almost on the inside other than the stuff you need with it. But yeah, for sure, packaging, these two get a 10. The Arai, I'm going to give a 7. These two are so much far and away better. As far as like opening up a box though, the HJC is so cool. You get this beautiful box. You open it up and everything is just like put together so nicely in there, and it's packaged great. It's a really nice helmet to open up in a box, and they definitely make it a kind of event to open this helmet. So that's really cool. I really like that about that helmet. Next up, build quality. All of these helmets are built great, but I think that the Shoei takes the cake on this one. Build quality for the visor system is fantastic. Build quality for like all the air vents, that you switch back and forth to open and close your air ventilation and stuff, and the visor, the way the visor clicks in, and it's just overall, I think the Shoei is by far built the best. You just hold it in your hands, you could tell you're holding a really, really high quality helmet. I think next up would be the HJC. I'm gonna give the HJC probably a 9. I'd say 10 for the Shoei, 9 for the HJC. I'll give it 8 to the Arai. Now again, like I said, all these helmets are built amazing. They protect you fantastic. Like there's these helmets, honestly, the Arai's probably got the most pedigree for safety. But Shoei for sure, and then the HJC. I really like the vents on the HJC, have a good click to them. Everything's just solid and sturdy, and the visor has a nice lock on it. So you close the visor, it clicks in, and then you can slide the lock. Really, really, really like that. But and then just overall the vents feel kind of cheap on the Arai. The visor is kind of flimsy, and the way like it delatches, like it locks in when you push it down, and then you unlock it to lift it up. Just kind of feels chintzier and cheaper. Again, not built bad, but overall these two by far take the cake. So 10, 9, and an 8 for the respectively. Yeah. So then next up, paintwork. It's not even close. These two over the Shoei, not even close. I'll kind of do a close up, but a lot of the lines are really fuzzy and faded on the Shoei here. You're paying for the build quality, but the paint jobs kind of lack. Whereas the paint quality on the HJC and the Arai are phenomenal. The Arai is going to take the cake on this one though. Everywhere where there's, like these air vent scoops on the top, and all over the side, and then like the helmet latch system on the side here, where the visor goes inside the helmet basically. All the paint lines up on those separate pieces so phenomenally well. It almost looks like it was painted with them on there. Now again, it's not perfect because they are separately painted pieces, I'm sure, but it almost looks like it was all just painted together like this. They do a really, really good job. The paint quality, like the metallics in the paint, the lines are so sharp. I love the paint quality on the Arai. Really close runner-up is the HJC. The metallic also in this paint and the gloss finish they put on it is absolutely phenomenal. Everything does not line up quite as well like it does on the Arai here. Like some of the pieces, these plastic pieces right here, the lines, these like red lines, the blue lines, the white lines, they don't line up nearly as good as on the Arai. So I'll definitely give it to the Arai, the HJC, and then the Shoei. And I haven't gotten to ride in these for a long, and I haven't gotten to ride them at all yet, actually. But riding in the Shoei all year, the Shoei just looks dirty all the time. Now it is a matte finish, but also the paintwork seems to just take a hit like super easy. I've got chips kind of all over. Getting bugs out, all the impact stuff like bugs, dirt, grass, whatever it might be, seems to just get stuck in the paint. Now again, like I said, it could be a bit the same, totally different, I don't know, but yeah, it's really hard to get this thing clean because everything stays stuck in the paint, and it seems like it chips kind of easy and scratches and all that stuff kind of easy. So don't love the paintwork on this. If I love these two helmets a lot more, I won't worry about doing this, but I am thinking about getting this painted in like a retro Ferrari livery or something, F1 livery from the 80s, 90s era, something like that. But if I don't like riding in this as much as these two, then I probably just won't worry about it. But they're still good. So I'm going to give, for paintwork, I'm going to give the Arai a 10, the HJC a 9, and the Shoei a 7. Actually, you know what? I'll give the HJC a 10 as well. 10, 10, 7. Because the paint is just so nice on this. Even though some of the stuff doesn't line up. The lines are super crisp and everything. Next up is weight. So I did weigh all these helmets before this. These two are very comparable. The Shoei is definitely the heaviest. So the Arai came in at 3 pounds and 5.5 ounces. The HJC came in at 3 pounds and 4 ounces, so the HJC is the winner on this one. And then the Shoei came in at 3 pounds 9 ounces. So the Shoei is a good bit heavier than the competition. Now, I mean, we're just talking about a few ounces. These helmets are all around just above 3 pounds or 3.5 pounds. Not that heavy, but you do notice it when you put it on your head and you're moving around a little bit. That the Shoei is both bulkier, and you can feel that weight a little bit, for sure. Now again, they're all pretty light. These two though, specifically when you put them on your head, especially the HJC, you you barely feel like you're wearing a helmet at all. Honestly, it is so light on your head, and I can't wait to ride in them and see if I can notice that weight difference on the track versus the Shoei. But yeah, so overall for the weights, I gave the HJC a 10, the Arai a 9, Shoei a 7, just because it does feel like it's got more mass to it. Overall for fit and sizing next, for me personally, the best fitting helmet here is going to be between the HJC and the Shoei. Now I have a weird head. That's what she said.
That's what she said.
Yeah, so I've got more of a long oval head than kind of like the standard oval. So the Shoei fits me probably the best. Like I said, HJC is super close. I think the Shoei fits the best too for me, just because the padding on the inside is so supple and nice. It's like laying in a couch in there. The padding, by far the padding is the best on this. Padding on the HJC is the next best, and the Arai feels like there's not a whole lot in there. The Arai tends to put a good bit of pressure on kind of like up here in this area, right around like my hairline above the temple area. The Shoei fits like a couch, and then the HJC fits a lot like this, but it feels like there's a little less padding in the HJC compared to the Shoei. Now, the one that squeezes my head the nicest, I would say, is the HJC. It fits a little bit snugger than the Shoei, and the Arai fits a little weird, actually, and I'll explain that now. These are both medium helmets. So the HJC and the Shoei are both mediums. I actually have this Arai in a small. The medium was way too loose on me. So I had to go down to a small with the Arai, and it fits the tightest of them all because it is a smaller helmet size, but just know maybe it's just me that I'm actually in a small, whereas almost every other helmet I'm in a medium. I did try on a small HJC, I did try on a small Shoei. Yeah, so sizing wise, this does run. You're gonna have to maybe size down like me. Maybe you're not. Obviously, you should absolutely try all these on before you bought any of them. Do not just go out and buy a helmet, because the most important thing is it fits you right. You'll hear anybody say that. I'm no pro racer guy, but that's just, it needs to fit good, or else you're going to have problems whether you're on the street or the track, it doesn't matter. So fit for me, HJC, Shoei, Arai. Comfort on the inside though, go back to that really quick. Like I said about padding, least padding, middle padding, most padding. That's probably why this weighs more than the rest of them. It's got really thick, supple padding. I prefer having the HJC on my head over the Arai, I should say, I'm sorry. Just because the padding is a little bit nicer in this than this. The padding is, I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to keep this helmet light, as well as this one too. So you're going to lose a little padding. But anyway, they're all very comfortable. And I hear nothing but good things from everybody else about the comfort of an Arai. So can't knock them. I'm just going to go for a personal score for comfort and fit on these helmets for myself. I'm going to have to give a 10 to the Shoei. I'm going to give the HJC an 8, and I'm going to give the Arai an 8 as well. Just because the padding is so much better in that helmet than these other two. It's like phenomenal how comfortable it is. Next thing, let's talk about visibility in these helmets. The Arai and the Shoei both have amazing visibility. The HJC is only slightly restricted above the brow. I feel like I've got more helmet coming down in my field of view than these two. I would actually probably say the Arai has the best visibility, Shoei second, HJC third, but they're all very, very good. This one, like I said, just has that brow, just comes down just a little bit. So, and obviously when you're on the track, you're looking forward, you're tucked in, that might come into your field of view a little bit more than you would like, but I got to get on the track and ride in it and see if it even matters. They're all phenomenal. Field of view is amazing. But first score, I'm going to give the Arai and the Shoei a 10. I'm going to give the HJC a 9. Like I said, they're not that different, but there is a little bit of noticeably better visibility in these two, but it's not enough to knock this down any more than a 9, I would say. So yeah, that's kind of my first impression off the bike review. Overall, for the totals, I ended up having 56 for the HJC, a 54 for the Shoei, and a 52 for the Arai. Now, if you ignore packaging, because I gave packaging scores, obviously packaging doesn't matter when it comes to safety and visibility and a safe helmet. You know, those are the big things: good fit and good safety. You know, if you ignore packaging, I'm just being critical because these helmets all cost about $1,000. These helmets almost all score the same because I gave these two a 10 and this a 7. If you ignore that for packaging, I think they all score what? The Shoei would be 44, the HJC would be 46, and the Arai would be, what, take off 7 off 52. Math is hard. 45. So like I said, basically the same. These are all amazing helmets. You're not going to go wrong with any one of these. If you're interested in any of these, absolutely try them on first before you buy them. But understandably, if you're looking at any of these are all awesome helmets, and I love all of them in their own way. So that's it. I'm going to get a video out eventually here, hopefully, riding these helmets on the track, see how they fit, you know, on the track, see how they perform with noise and aero and visibility on the track and all that stuff, and see what I think about them. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Excuse my girlfriend. I could not get my head in either one of them. Shut your mouth.
Sorry. Okay, I'll shut up.
I said it too. I have a very